This is going to be probably about a 10 to 15 minute video, I don't know yet, of the stockish repurposed parts for lifting a 80s and 90s model half-ton Ford. So, right now I'm going to be using stock control arms. Hopefully that doesn't make my castle too bad. Springs are going to be moog part C844, I think. I'll double check that. Look in the description. Do not take my word. You might get the wrong part. This shock is going away, not getting reused. This one's getting a shock that's for a 1 to 3 inch lift. This should be about 1.5 inch lift. It's perfect. So step 1, use your new Husky over there because my beloved Echo 750 died. I can't get a coil for it. Use the new Husky to cut your jack stands. Looks legit. Next, strip everything else out of here, including the sway bar. I'm going to a little bit stiffer spring. I think I can get away without using the sway bar. We'll find out. Round back. Let me crawl up under you a little bit. They are shocks that I move the mounts upwards. It does clear barely, but even at full flex, this side hitting the bump stop, it does rub the boot, but it does not hit the shock. All is good. So that's the first thing you're going to do back here. Those shocks are for a 4 inch lift. And then to aid in the added suspension travel and like 1/2 inch of lift that this gives you, you remove the factory lift blocks, lessen your axle hop, and do a shackle flip. I did this a long time ago and it was caked in mud, and probably always will be. So that's the real lift. That should be roughly 1/2 inch or stock. It's pretty much non-existent. Front end, like I said, this is about 1.5 inches. This is more of a leveling, DIY leveling kit than the lift. But longer shock spring, then control arm because I'm going for pre-runner style. I want suspension travel for flying down forest and service roads. I made these up. This is probably the second part of this video. Maybe I'll make this video longer and just not post it for a few more months till I get around to this part of it. But big old bushing in there. Full 1/4 inch wall 2x4 square rectangular tubing, not square. And 1/4 inch plate. I made up that bracket there, and that's going to bolt to the side of the frame. And this part may get cut shorter, may not. I don't know yet. Is going to be going. I'm going to saw this with a portaband, maybe a sawzall, maybe even a grinder, I don't know yet. I'm going to cut right there. That garbage is going. Sawing this here, bolt that piece right in front of the cross member there that you see inside. That plate will be bolted to the frame right in front of the cross member there. Now I'm going to weld that piece of square tubing into this piece and plate the whole thing in with 1/4 inch plate. If you've ever seen these fail, they always fail right here where the tire whacks them, or they fail up here, and this one's actually beginning to do that because you see it bend and then shoot back this way. This one's beginning to fail. So, and that's ramming into stuff and jumping the truck. Not a big deal. So that's beginning part of this. I'll add to this later, but that's the gist of what I'm doing. Alright. That took... Oh. I started that job at 9:30 after I got the other side done. It's now 10:30. That took an hour to do that. And technically it's not done because I still have to bolt it back in place, but what I did, that's the big washer that go over the bushing, center bushing. 2 washers behind that, try and keep it from bending. About a 3/4 inch long, 3/4 inch long piece of 2 inch schedule 40. A big thick retainer for bushing off of a shock absorber. and another grade 8 washer behind that. In the middle is a head bolt off of a AMC 360 you see sitting over there. That really is nothing more than a core motor. I have hopes of rebuilding it because it's the original motor that was in the Jeep. It's the one that came in from the factory. It's not going back stock, but it'd be nice for it to be the original motor. That seems nice to me. But I'll lay out. There you go. That's the combination you need along with an electric impact gun. I do not have a pneumatic one. The hammer-on block of wood does not work. The random piece of steel, C-clamp, and block of wood does not work. A bigger hammer does not work. This is the correct combination. As far as the old one coming out, yeah, it was destroyed as expected. It came out in chunks, and one of 2 air tools, aside from countless nail guns for me and my dad have accumulated for jobs we've done, is a air chisel, which makes the old metal piece look like that, which is beautiful. And yeah, that probably angered my neighbors because I did that about 9:30 or so, and that's a loud tool. I shouldn't have done that, but I want this done, and this is a daily different truck, so this has to be done by Monday, and then hopefully I can take off Wednesday afternoon and take it to get an alignment. So, home job alignment, here we come. We'll see how that works out for me. That bushing right there is a royal pain, because unlike that one, you have to lay under the truck. The other one, you have to lay under the truck heel. And you have to compress the suspension, which I didn't want to undo everything I did last night. So that was my solution, was ratchet strap these up with the help of a jack and cable. The old Impact had one hot supper a day. That one didn't want to go in there. But now that's done, shocks and springs are in on both sides. Sway bar is disconnected everywhere except the mounting brackets there, and I gotta grind those out. Those bolts are all stripped. I'm gonna go ahead and do tie rods today. Got this out. Well, that's soaking in PB Blaster. I'm gonna do a short video here. Front end's back together aside from that. Bought all new tie rod ball joint assembly, not ball joint, rod ends, except I forgot or was negligent and just decided I'd reuse these, or forgot to get them. I don't remember. It's been several months ago when I bought all this stuff. But no, that's being a pain to get loose, and I'm going to do the best home job alignment I can muster. We shall see. I think I have faith in my abilities. Alright, radio's still going. Isn't that nice? This was way harder than it should have been. Well, easier than I expected, still harder than it should be. If our camera will focus, you can see the done-ish cut into my jack stand. Parts pile. If you want any of that, just let me know. I'll sell it to you for 6 cents a pound. That's what scrap's going for right now. If I roll forwards on my little seat, it's still there. Grease gun's fixing to get used. You can see the camber's way out, so I'm going to set the tires to like a 1/16 of an inch of toe in tonight, and then call it, be done with it. This is Tuesday night or Wednesday night, I don't remember, don't care. Went to Jackie Jones Monday morning. They said, oh yeah, we'll align it for you, $70. Nice computer alignment, I trust them. yeah, it's not gonna be $70. They put my truck on lift. So I stood around looking at it. I could see them through the little window. It's about an hour and a half. Hour and a half. And the guy comes into me and says, yeah, we're going to charge you $340 to do an alignment. I just kind of looked at him and said, hell no. So I've been driving without alignment. I did the best I could. I need to try the string method where you make a box of string around your truck and then measure off the rim. And you can get pretty darn good that way. I did the bungee cord a level to each tile, and then measured off of those in the front, not even paying attention to whether the wheel was straight or not. Just to get the tires pointing in the same direction Sunday night. And it pulls a little to the right, but not bad. It needs to be redone. But the reason they're going to charge me so much is these bushings here. They're all $20 a piece at Slacks. So I went and picked a couple up. What the other one I hammered out right there. This is what was in there. I had 1/4 degree in there, and I broke all of those off trying to pull it. The method I remembered was you deliberately chisel 2 of these off because there's nothing to pull to on these, and you put a pipe. You break that nut and that nut loose, turn this one upside down, beat it with a hammer a couple of times, pop the whole knuckle loose, and you never have to take it off. If someone tells you that, they're lying to you to make it sound like a bigger deal than it is. Then you put a pipe wrench on this and a screwdriver on here, and you crank on it to the bushing will thread itself up the ball joint and come right off. So that's what I did, because I don't even think I have the right puller for this anymore. If I did, it ain't in my possession. If I owned one, I lent it out and never got it back, which is fine because I used it once and I didn't. Easier ways. But that's what I'm doing. The correct, at least for my truck with new bushings. So unless something's bent, new bushings, ball joints, and these springs should equal a 2 degree camber bushing. That could be wrong. It's the one good thing that came out of going to Jackie Jones there in Cleveland was they told me which bushings I needed, which I thank them for. But still, I ain't paying $340 to do this. Not when I've been doing this for half an hour and one side's done. Like, what's going on here? Also, my phone doesn't have a lot of memory left, so this is going to become this will be the end of this video unless I can edit out a few clips. We'll see. This is about 15-minute long video as is. I was not going to make a no clip on this, but this is worth pointing out. This is another reason you don't get the cast pot metal ones that have the little tabs on them. This one's been broken for quite a while, I wish. And they also had torn that seal because it broke. This one's just still been flopping in the breeze, which, you know, ain't no good. Quick little video here. This is how I'm keeping my caster the same. I only gained like 2.5 degrees doing the coils, so I'm not worried about any kind of change. That's not enough to notice. At least I can't notice it driving. Just keep that same. I just booger welded tacked a piece of random angle. Okay, flash is gone. Great. It's a flashlight. Apparently below 15% battery this happens. I'm sorry. So I tack that piece on there. That'll keep my caster the same. There's my line of where I'm going to cut it. All of this is already going to be cut off. You can see the other salve there was already done. Already got the bracket. Had to add 2 holes for the little black hose fuel line. Had to add that. I'll put this on charger and add to this here in a few minutes. Alright, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I have to get to work in the morning. So I'm getting all of, what, maybe 5 hours of sleep. Anyhow, second side's done. My welds ain't the greatest. I'm kind of disappointed in the way they turned out. A little bit of wild wheel and some paint to make them look pretty good, but overhead is something I've never been very good at, as you can see over there. So, yeah. And I also put a tack on the nut to the bolt to make sure those never back loose. Alright, just finished the lift. Figure I'll make a quick video before I go head off to work. I'm late anyway, supposed to be there to meet him at 2. This is the lift. I did a shackle flip in the reel. And then you've already seen everything I did in the front. Doesn't quite hit the bump stops. That control arm. Guess I'm rolling backwards. That still has no parking brake. Plus only 1 tire was touching the ground. But front end flex is about the same, maybe a little better. If I'd gone with a softer spring, it would have helped. And then round back, this is what's impressive, is the shackle flip. Minus the factory block and a drop shackle for a 90, I think I used a 94, no, it's a 94 F-150 with a 3-inch wide screen, which means I use a 04 to 14 model shackle. Those are the ones that are 3 inches wide. I redid my shock mounts again, moved them as close to the middle as I could. And I've about maxed out the bushings on the bottom by doing so. I don't know if you can see, it does rub the body right there on the side, but that's the only place 33s rub, aside from the control arms, which 31s do as well, with no lift or 1.5 inches of lift in this case. And yeah, that's not good. That's kind of funny though. Anyhow, that's all I wanted to show you. This is now done. It flexes good. Yeah. But yeah, lift is done. Got about $600 in this lift. I realized I could buy a 2.5 inch lift for $400 from rough country, but this is better. More travel, more flexy, which is good. Actually, I just need to hit some trails again.